In this tutorial I want to show how to create butterfly diagrams from Vasari models by using Photoshop to create these butterfly diagrams. First of all, I have created a specific view with a specific season, in this example a summer period, and I could turn on the shadows by going to the bottom menu down here and turn on the shadows, and then turn on the preview solar study just to examine how the shadows move through the day. Second, I could go in and specify it more exactly the time steps on the day by click up here at frame settings, and I want to create a new sun settings just for this example. So I select single day, the summer period, and duplicate this one. I just will call it export summer solar study. Then I decrease the time steps or the time interval to 1 hour instead. In this way it will create 10 still pictures for each hour. And when I'm finished with this, I just click OK, and then I can of course examine directly inside Vasari, but sometimes you maybe want to export it and have it as a still picture showing your client or your other team members. And the method is go to the Vasari icon, export, images and animation, and solar study. I select all frames because I have specified there should be a frame for each hour. That gives 10 frames, and I want to export it with the visual style of shaded with edges like in the model window. And I could also include time and data stamp on the still images so I know which time it is. I don't have to do it, but I will do it in this case. And then press OK. And here it's important to save it as a JPEG and not as a AVI file, because this will create a movie instead. I'm only interested in still images. And as always, you should give the file a logical name so you know what it is. So I will call it the project name, and what I'm looking at, in this case only the context without any buildings, it is the summer period. And then I just press save. We'll save these 10 still images. When this is done, I open Photoshop. Inside Photoshop I go to File, because I want to use a built-in script that is called Load Files into Stack. And here I can select files or a whole folder. In this case I'm choosing specific files. Click on Browse to browse to the specific folder. In this folder I have all the 10 still images exported from Vasari, and I will select them all by holding Shift down, the first one and the last, and press OK and OK again. And then it will import these 10 images in the same file, so I don't have to do it manually. That speeds up the process, and it will create a layer for each of the images. And here I can see which time it is, the date and the time. And then I can play around with different types of blending modes. I could use the multiply, that's typical a good one, and I will apply that for all the 10 images. When I've done that, I maybe want to play a little bit more with the contrasts or the amount of fill for each of the images, and then I can select all the images in one step and playing around with the fill color, maybe pulling it down to 50 to get a more brighter image, or if I want it more dark so I can see the different grayscale. When it gets darker there is more shadows than the more light color. And when I've done that, I can save the whole image as a one picture with this butterfly diagram.